Mew! Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. I know what you're feeling. I know what's going on, friends. I know it's very, very painful. Excruciatingly painful. Bitcoin, though, is starting to coil up. This is $98,000. Bitcoin's price. I've got some juicy news to go through with you today. But first, I'm just doing a roll call to make sure that you're actually still holding altcoins. Just checking it out. Just doing a nice filter check, friends. Are you still with me? Yep, he's all good to go. Perfect. Are you still with me? Imagine it turns out that's just a volunteer job as well. So we're looking at a Bitcoin price still coiling up. This is good to see. If we were end of times, friends, Bitcoin's price would be doing this final retracement, and we would actually be having an alt season right now if it was really the end of times. But that's another way to look at the deviations of Bitcoin and altcoins. But all I do is just look at others BTC. That's another way to look at it. That's why I bring it up all the time, because it literally, there's divergence here and up and down and bearish and the bullish divergence. Doesn't matter. Yep. So we have this chart, friends, others BTC, it's still low. If there was an enormous divergence between Bitcoin and altcoins, okay, so if Bitcoin was like doing a lower high and others were shooting up and we have an alt season, the others BTC ratio would just be cranking up here. That's what it would be doing, you know? So that's just another simpler way to look at it. And now if you've been watching my highest value content in crypto, thank you very much. You know, friends, it's pretty much come down to the US dollar. Actually, it's kind of funny. I just checked it now. It's actually sinking. Yay. So we need the US dollar to come down. Remember, friends, I made those videos extraordinarily high value, the highest. It's not even close, okay? Not even close, okay? When you want to look at the current state of altcoins, you want to look at these, friends, extremely high value. All these are high value, right? But then I'll go through what's actually going on. Now, you don't need to know this, right? What's the reason? Why? You don't need to do that. That's for chumps. In markets, that's for chumps. However, if you do stumble upon the reason why, it just adds to your conviction. Because you go, oh, I know why we're down. It's because, like, you know, this thing is down and this thing's not moving or whatever. If you can identify those, then you just, you're on the higher, you're on higher ground than everybody else. Everybody is pretty much just fending for the wolves. They're pretty much out in the forest out here because everyone else is getting eaten alive by the uncertainty, and then you already know, okay, just this thing's down, which means when it goes up, it's cool, you know? But everybody gets stuck on like, it's down because of like, there's this bad stuff and this bad policy and this human intervention, when it's never actually that, friends. They're all just cyclical forces. Now, if we are repeating 2017, this is what happened in 2017, friends, okay? We go back to 2017. I've got it right here. So Donald Trump gets elected. The US dollar goes up. That's risk off with the US dollar strength. Then his policies, he keeps saying, hey, man, we're going to do a lot of policies. We're going to weaken this dollar. We're going to make America competitive. That's what we're hoping happens this year. Look where we are. See this box, exactly where we are, friends. So as soon as we start hit March, just these lower highs start coming. The US dollar keeps falling. That's what we're looking for. This is alt season wave 2. So we'll see. It depends how hard it falls this year. See where we are right now. So obviously Donald Trump gets elected. It came up, and then we're in that box again, right? We're in that box where we're like, hopefully, like Donald Trump is like, hey, you know what? The US dollar is going to come down and down. That's what we're waiting, and hopefully happens. And then we get some sort of white swan event. Obviously, that's magical Fugazi stuff, but it just feels like when we have the most pro-crypto administration, Donald Trump has $400 million of ETH. All these politicians are in on it. Bitcoin, Ethereum. The politicians are probably seeing the writing on the wall. They will eventually be forced not to hold stocks. That's probably going to be something they introduce later on. We all know we're waiting for that. So they're like, okay, I can't hold stocks. I can hold crypto though. So think about that. And then probably what's going to happen is if the this time is different crowd appears in euphoria, they might say things like, hey, the politicians are now going to pump all the crypto bags and extend the cycle because they're all long it. They're not going to let it go down. You know, you might hear any of those things out here, but I know that those euphoria words, they don't really mean much now because all of us We're still waiting for Ethereum to reverse, friends. As you get to know from all my high value content, I've just told you every bad altcoin performance you see right now, it's there represented by ETH BTC going down, Ethereum bleeding to Bitcoin. And you know, all of that ultimately comes from the business cycle that we have right here. This is the business cycle, ISM, 819 days, so 26 months below 50. This one was only 12, this one was 11, this one was 10 months. Okay, so 26 months, man, of basically bad consumer, just basically contracting businesses. Okay, but that's not gonna last forever, is it? It's on the way up. Now, this is the Sol BTC chart, friends, Sol BTC. So you should be watching this closely, especially if you're long Soylana. Everyone says, buy the dip here, buy the dip, buy the dip. Because everyone believes, oh, it's just a bull flag. It's a bull flag. It's going to break up. Just, you can do what you want. But I've gone through many videos showing you that the unicorn of the Bitcoin halving year is an actual unicorn that doesn't carry over the year before. The effect wears off. And we just saw it, right? Donald Pump launches. When did Donald Pump launch his meme coin, friends? Here you go. It couldn't even break the Sol BTC high. So just think about something like that. I'm not saying this thing's going to definitely reverse all the way down or whatever, but if you're long, you won the game. But yes, no one who's long Soylana. See, friends, that's what I'll tell you, man. Markets are way harder than you think. You think, oh, there's a genius out there who's long Soylana, and now they're just going to rotate and buy your bags, like, oh, PulseCHain or Chainlink or anything else that's on the floor. No, they're not. Not going to do that. They think it's their whole cycle. They're never going to get out. It happened in DeFi stuff in 2020. Everybody held them and got destroyed in 2021, and new people came in. They had new demand. They're like, oh, I want new stuff. I want gaming. I want metaverse. I want NFT JPEGs. They bought HEX. They bought Olympus DAO. They bought DeFi 2.0 Ponzi stuff. You know, they bought, these different narratives. They bought alternative layer ones. That's what they did. They did not come back and buy DeFi 1.0 stuff. They didn't come back and buy Chainlink, Synthetics, Aave. They had the final flush, but it was, they were bleeding on the ETH ratios. That was just a function of whatever Ethereum did. So, like, and that happened in the cycle before and the cycle before that, which makes sense though, right? It makes sense. Like, if we're going to onboard new people in, they want something new because now they've already seen what happened to the Soylana Insider Cabal stuff. And I've got some extremely sensitive and juicy news for that. So in the news today, right, friends, Michael Saylor says USA will buy 20% of the Bitcoin supply.
There's only room for one nation state to buy up 20% of the network. And obviously, I think it should be the United States.
So of course, when you see that, because he's on a panel on a chair, okay, you're like, hey, he's on a chair and there's like, you know, there's a brand of something in the background, CPAC, CuckPack. So CuckPack is in the background. And you're like, oh wow, like he's got a suit, he's got a microphone on a stage. You think, oh wow, this is grand. Like, no, it's just like any shit coiner shilling their bags. It's just he's on a stage doing it. Okay, you know what I mean? Like that's just it's completely the same thing. He's like, USA is gonna buy my bags. Oh yeah, Coinbase is gonna buy HEX when it's $1.50. There you go. There you go. And here's the funny part. You might say, Somi, I don't believe you. And I'll say, okay, you mean you've just stumbled onto opportunity. You want to make the most amount of money, you got to look for the ideas that literally no one believes will happen. And then you got to try to figure out what are the odds that the market's giving of that happen and what do you think the real odds are. See, you don't even need it to hit 100%, friends. You don't even need it to hit 100%. Just like you could have bought Trump 2024 back when GCR bought it in 2021 Q1 and it was trading at 5 cents to 10 cents on the dollar. Yeah, he could have sold it at 50 cents. Trump didn't even have to win. You get it? Okay, well, the market's giving like a 1% survival rate for PulseChain community. The market is doing that. Okay, well, what if it shouldn't be 1%? What if it's more like 80%? What if it's like totally wrong? Even, what if it's a coin toss? What if 50-50? Okay, the market's pricing it at 1% death. Sorry, 1% survival rate. Just give you an example of these. That's obviously buying the depression, buying low, fading the crowd, going contrarian. Here's where you're looking for opportunity. The opportunity is not when you are on stage and you're saying, oh yeah, the US government, literally, because why they talk about the US government is literally the last big buyer left. It's a last big elephant left. You know, like Michael Saylor can't say, yeah, when Coinbase gets in, Bitcoin's going to go really far. Coinbase is already in. They can't even say, oh, don't worry, when Roca Negra gets an ETF in, it's going to pump. They're already in. Do you get it? Oh, when the world's most popular man likes it, it's going to pump. No, Elon Musk already bought it. They're already in. Tesla already bought it. Now they're like, oh, what about Apple? What about the US government? There's always a bigger game. And then after that, it's going to be like, oh, what about if the biggest gold miners start, you know, turning their mines underground to buy Bitcoin? You see what I mean, friends? The game is bigger. It's always still a game, though. It's just bigger elephants that you need. But for the rest of us, we don't need that. If it's funny, in PulseCHain community, all you need is to be like, you can just dream like, oh, imagine Crypto Banner made an episode on us one day. Isn't that funny? See how low the bar is? Yeah, because the market's price is 1%. Friends, it's literally, you're looking at a dead carcass, okay? Let's say you're looking at a dead body, okay? And I'm saying to you, hey, imagine that guy laying down. Imagine he ain't actually dead. Imagine he raises his hand. You're like, oh, you see what I mean? You see, oh my God, the shock, right? So it's a completely different perspective, but this is how you got to make it in markets. You don't make money buying the favorite and betting on the favorite. You don't, okay? Buying on the favorite, betting on the favorite eventually runs out because everybody bets on the favorite. And that's something important to think about when it comes to Soylana and everything else out here too. The corrupt SEC, friends, has launched a cyber unit to combat crypto fraud. So it's actually awesome. So they've and here's another thing. So they've launched that crypto fraud, and we're all joking like they're coming after Dave Portnoy, who kept launching and rugging tokens. And just to remind you, friends, just because you tell people, yo, I'm gonna dump this, I'm gonna do that, that does not mean everything is you're completely legit. Like you can't just tell. I can't tell you, hey, okay, tomorrow, if you're home, I'm gonna rob your house. If you're in there, I'm gonna tie you up and I'm gonna steal money from your vault. Just letting you know, I'm gonna do that. And then you go and do it. Okay, you can't tell the cop, no, officer, I told them I was gonna do it. You see? So that's hopefully we get some good normal sense of, I guess, neighborhood watch feelings in crypto, because right now it is open season, but that's where the opportunity is. And that's what we got to see. Soylana's just literally a crime chain at this point. No matter what they say, it's literally just full on crimes. You can't tell me the whole. Firstly, it's all meme coin trading volume, meme coin, JPEG coin. It's all JPEG coin trading volume. The exchanges are rigged. The exchanges are rigged. Okay, you can't tell me that. But friends, it's literally like there are some of the most corrupt countries on Earth. Where do you think the corruption starts from? Do you think it starts from a drug dealer who's in an alleyway, or a thief in an alleyway running around unarrested? Do you think it starts with them? No. The corruption in all these countries starts from the government. It starts from the highest up. The president's in on it. His henchman is in on it. All the ministers are in on it. Yeah, all the most corrupt countries on it. They're all corrupt. The army's corrupt. They're all literally the whole, just like it seeps into the skin of everybody in the country. Yeah, and so you can't go blame that little homeless guy who's trying to rob people out in the street, even though they are doing it. Yeah, but look where the corruption starts from. Okay, it's the same thing here with Soylana. Corruption started. That's why I made my poo pyramid, friends, a masterpiece, which I'll go through a bit shortly after. Yeah, so the corruption starts higher up, and that's not going to get fixed. Okay, because we just discovered they were rorting it the whole time. Now all the dirt's coming out. Good thing is though, friends, as well, look at the SEC have withdrawn their appeal in case over the crypto broker dealer rules that would have given the agency jurisdiction over decentralized crypto protocols. So they wanted to call everything a broker. They wanted to basically say, if you're running a node, if you're just sitting there like a satellite, you're a crypto broker. You're technically, I mean, it's literally, it's the same as friends, if you're a shopping center owner, let's say you have shares of a shopping center. You're a part owner of a shopping center, and a crime was committed where two criminals walked through the shopping center and they spoke to each other and had lunch inside your shopping center. Yes, the corrupt SEC is like, okay, you know that shopping center? Okay, the owner is now complicit in the crime. He was housing criminals. Do you see that's what they're pretty much trying to do? Luckily, we stopped that. That's it, friends. Evil scum governments, they always do this, man. So all you can really do is give power back to the people, give power back to yourself. That's why you're long crypto and you're hoping for a better future. The European Central Bank, so the ECB, friends, as you know, the ECB, which is related to Marshmallow Man, Augustin. Okay, Augustin is fat man, titties lactating. So it's all Bank of International Settlements. And so they're all like in the same room, all unelected officials in the background. the ECB, they've capitulated into blockchain. So they've said that they're going to create a blockchain-based payment system. So remember, they have total grandma energy, total full-on corruption, bureaucratic. And for all these years, they've been just saying crypto and blockchain, it's all trash, but they're going to use it now. But they're not going to use a chain, dude. They're going to make their own. It's just going to be a centralized database, just to say they're using blockchain. Because they're going to have a rewind button. That's what they do. They give themselves a rewind button if they don't like something. But it's literally like, imagine there was a game and you gave one coach in a football game. The coach had the ability, if he didn't like a referee's decision, he could go to the scoreboard and like remove points from the other team. Imagine that. How would NFL go with that? Like, oh, I didn't agree with that. That wasn't like a, that wasn't a penalty. I'm going to remove 7 points from the other team now. Imagine that. Would you play that game? No, you wouldn't play that game. Okay, that's the current financial system we're in. That's literal current financial. They don't like the numbers. Okay, they fudge the numbers. They move it around. They delete this. They move this. They move the purchasing power over to them. So that's how it's all going to play out. The corrupt SEC, as we mentioned, has withdrawn their crypto broker dealer. So when it comes to over all these news, a lot of people have been wondering, Swami, how come we have had the most insanely turbo-nuclear bullish news and we are still cucked? Well, friends, I'll play some Cranky G music for a bit. This is the chart, friends. So others BTC still low. That's why, look, I'm telling you, people think they know markets, you don't know markets. Just because you can predict the news in the future doesn't mean you necessarily can predict the price action leading up to it or what it's going to do on it. Yeah, it's not. See, all this news for crypto, friends, all this news for crypto, it just proves to you something, that I was right. Yes. The business cycle and the wider market macro forces of the cycle is actually more powerful than a couple of humans saying, I like crypto, I will do crypto policy, you are my friend. Look at this proof. The business cycle, the ISM, friends, you look at the ISM and the US dollar being high pretty much, just the macro cyclical forces overpower even the president buying the coin, man. Like Ethereum. Isn't that wild? I'm telling you that for years. I've literally been telling you that from day one. Because newbies, they're watching the big YouTube channels. You know who they are. They're watching them and they're like, the narrative. What's the next narrative? You got to find the next narrative. Buy this coin that I got undisclosed allocations for. This is the next narrative. Oh, so what about the other 15 times you told us that it was the narrative to change our lives? Don't worry about those. The dev betrayed me here. The market doesn't want that anymore. Here's the new narrative. That's exactly what they are, friends. Literally a snake oil salesman selling you snake oil. That's what they all are. And of all of them, you know who's the worst? The leverage trading Bitcoiners. Leverage trading, by the way, friends, by the end of this cycle, everyone in crypto is going to know Somi's name because I'm going to reveal the truth. Yeah. Nobody has cost users more money than Bitcoiners and the Bitcoin logo with their leverage trading trash recommendations. Nothing. The dollar amount, FTX, all of these, friends, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The amount of money lost from Bitcoin leverage still dwarfs all of them. Yes. Yes. You wouldn't believe it. It still dwarfs all of them, friends. It's literally online casino gambling. It's rigged against you. The leverage has literally wiped out billions and billions and billions. Exchanges are making money. How's the exchange making money? From the fees. Okay, so, but what they all do is they hide behind the Bitcoin logo like little bitches. And they go, oh, dirty altcoins. I like the Bitcoin. Come and sign up to my leverage exchange. That's what they say, okay? So don't make this a mistake. But I know what I'm saying, you don't believe me, all right? You don't believe me. Why? It's because Bitcoin dominance is high. Yes? You don't believe me because it's something, but Bitcoin's strong. Like, it's hard for me to like even look negatively on that orange logo. I know it is. I'm just telling you, I don't care whether you like it or not. I'm telling you the truth, okay? You will, though, believe me when we're down here. You will definitely believe me. Yeah? You're going to see cope like you've never seen from Bitcoin maxis. You're going to see it. I'm telling you now, friends. You're going to see, like, this market, do you know what's funny? Okay, you know how in 2024, in every Bitcoin halving year, this is something interesting, okay? We're meant to be here. Bitcoin dominance is meant to be here. But look where we are. So what that tells me is when we finally go down here, this is going to be like the first trap. But this is like, we're barely getting started on alt season here. We're barely getting started, right? So, and how do I know that, friends? Well, I went through all three of the cycles before. Bitcoin dominance returns back to its 2024 part. However, in each cycle beforehand, Bitcoin dominance went down. In our one, Bitcoin dominance went up, right? So that's why people believe this time is different, because it just deviated from what it would normally do. I don't think so. I think ETH BTC is going to roll back. I think Ethereum is going to roll back. We'll see. Now, there's been some breaking news and developments with the Soylana scandal, friends. But like, even before you look at that, I know what it looks like, friends. For example, PulseCHain, because we're on the red weekly super trend, it's still red. Ethereum is still 2,700. Bitcoin's at 98,000. Everyone's like, you know, obviously trying to figure out where we're going to go next, or whatever. But everything's still the same, friends. The thing with these cycles and altcoins is you have to think about it like this, okay? Because they pay you so much, yes, the upside is so much and so big, there's a cost to that. The cost is uncertainty of the path and how long it takes. That's why. That's when I see the markets, friends, I see a game. You know, it's risk and reward, okay? And I've told you in crypto so many times, friends, the risk with altcoins is liquidity access, okay? That's the risk with altcoins. Altcoins smash Bitcoin out of the park. However, it's the liquidity access that's the critical issue. What is liquidity access? Well, Bitcoin goes up for 3 years and only down for 1 year. So pretty much for 75% of a cycle, you can be selling Bitcoin and peeling it off, okay? So in a 4-year cycle, 1 year's trash. Maybe more like, if you look at it, instead of like 4 years, maybe like in 2.5 years you can be selling. 1.5 year you don't want to sell because it's dropping. But actually, when I think about it, when Bitcoin's actually dropping here, you can still be selling it. You can actually still be selling in this zone. So this is Bitcoin up here. So if you're like long from down here, or like even like earlier, you could still be selling this whole region. You probably just can't be selling from May to like pretty much May. Yeah. So you know what? I was pretty much right. So pretty much right. You could still kind of be selling here. So yeah, I guess I was right. So out of 4-year cycle, 4-year period, there's about 12 months you just can't sell your Bitcoin. Is it like, it's too bad, it's too low, the depression's too much? Yeah, it's 3 and 1. Altcoins is inverted. With altcoins, you can't touch it. It's actually more extreme than that. You can't actually sell altcoins out of a 4-year period for 3.5 years. You can't actually do that. They're too low. They're too depressed. The liquidity is way too thin, and everyone's used your liquidity pool of your token. Like people use PDI and Pika and Tangang liquidity pools there to go jump into the new pump tires stuff, to go rotate and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's what they do. So you can't, like, everyone's like pickpocketing the bids everywhere on all these coins. You can't access it. However, when you can access it, it's amazing. It's glorious. Yes. So that's another way to think about these things. That's what makes me different when I approach markets. That's why I'm here to give you this knowledge. You know, if I was running mastermind courses and groups and I had to train people to become professionals, that's what I would basically get into them. Okay, when you look at the market, you're looking at a game. Okay, you're sitting at a table. Yeah, what's your upside? What's your downside? Yes, that's pretty much what you're looking at. It's not like it's an evil thing markets are out to get you. We don't have that, and also we don't think like it's not an infinite money making machine. There's a cost, right? There's a cost. So there's advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, the disadvantage is if you need money, you're putting in money, you literally can't access it for 3.5 years minimum. That's it, at least 3.5 years. You know, we can just say that. So that's why you're meant to play with money that you literally can't afford to lose. Yes, you can't afford to lose it because you don't need it for 4 years. Yes, but obviously all of us, we add more over time. We go super aggressive. However, like that's long-term holding though. Yeah, that's holding. That's holding the whole cycle. That's the game. People don't do that though. We make games. We make tricks. You have the LA vape cabal, right? So when looking at these, friends, I'm going to show you some breaking news. So there's been breaking news developments. So Soylana insiders are now leaking photos of Hayden and the other Jupiter and Meteora exchange setups. So here are all the meetups, the boys club hanging out here. So you have, see Hayden here, Hayden, and then this guy's name's Gideon. He might be one of the exchange owners. Here they are smoking some shisha and stuff, doing all the deals. It really is like for the movies, fans. They go to Dubai, they sit around, they talk around the table about how they're going to do the next crime. We also made a new meme, a new big meme for the year. Because Hayden, friends, remember this guy Hayden, he used the term in his leaked conversation, max extraction. He goes, yeah, to be honest, guys, we're just going to do max extraction on this one. Basically means you've caught the criminal saying, yeah, I'm going to go rob his house. He goes, yeah, to be honest, I'm going to take everything, actually. I'm not going to leave anything in his safe whatsoever. And you know what? I'll kill the kids too. That's what pretty much, that's what they literally caught him red-handed saying, wow, I'm literally going to go steal everything. It's not just him. It's not just him. Obviously, he is the criminal in there, but the higher-ups are the exchanges. Okay, it goes deep with this. Okay, so what happens is they realized they were being lied to, and their thief money was also being stolen. So as you know, friends, from my masterpiece, the poop pyramid. Okay, friends, you type in poop pyramid into YouTube. I'm the first result. I've actually coined this term. It's actually amazing. Poop pyramid. I'm like, wow, no one's ever thought of a poop pyramid before. You know, I can now die a happy man. I've achieved something. I've given something to humanity. I've now coined this poop pyramid. Now, the poop pyramid, friends, remember I told you, if you go to a country and it's corrupt, don't just blame the criminal on the street. You blame the cop. You blame the cop commissioner. You blame the minister. You blame the president. They're all corrupt, okay? Well, here's the thing. The Soylana the LA vape cabal, the prostitute cabal, all of them here, yes, they have all the blame. However, the market makers, you have Hayden here, and you also have Nassim, also insider scammer as well on these market makers, pretending that they're really skilled when they like roll. The dice has 6 sides, and they roll a 7 on one dice. How'd you roll a 7? And they roll it 18 times in a row. Wow, you're the greatest dice thrower ever. Where did that 7 come from? It's a 6-sided die, right? But then it's as well the blame also goes on the insiders of the exchange cabal. Jupiter Meteora. So it's literally like you found out Uniswap was rigging Ethereum the whole time for the past 2 years, where Uniswap was sniping on every token that ever created on Ethereum, and they were dumping the tokens, and every token just kept dumping. What do you think would happen on Ethereum, by the way? What do you think would happen on PulseCHain if it turns out Richard Hart was sniping everything on PulseX and pump tires, and then all the charts were dying in 5 seconds? What do you think would happen? Wouldn't they call for him for jail? Wouldn't they say shut the whole chain down? Okay, there you go, Soylana. Funny, what's interesting is all the big KOLs on YouTube, none of them are talking bad about Soylana. They're defending it. Because they got bags. That's why. But come on, man. Let's be honest. Like Ivan, Crypto Banter, everyone who's long. What would you guys say if PulseChain was like that? What would you guys say if Richard was rigging the PulseChain launches? What would you say if Hayden Adams, the other Hayden, what if he was rigging Uniswap and we found out and they were literally everything was just pumping and dumping for 15 months? What would you say? What would you say if there was insiders out here doing it all the time? What would you say if Pepe, SHIB, all the biggest coins on Ethereum, what if they were all actually sniped by Uniswap's inside market maker team and they're all rigging? You guys would you'd literally call for them to go to jail. You'd say wire fraud. This is like, yeah, that's what you'd say. Okay, it's happened on Soylana. He's going to do anything? No, I know, Habib, because he's a long. I get it. Everyone's got bag bias, but he's a long. So, the exchanges, friends, they got so greedy, they deployed their own inside market maker to steal more money. So this is what I want you to understand, the level of greed here. This is what happens with criminals, yeah? This is what happens, friends. So it's not just an ordinary scam, because you just think these market makers, before Hayden revealed, he got caught, right? People were saying these market makers are these random firms around like Hong Kong and New York, and they have basically really smart quantitative edge things like Citadel, and they found sophisticated algorithms to be able to snipe these launches and do that. That's what people were saying beforehand. Now it turns out it's just one big crime scandal. No, there isn't some sophisticated thing. It's literally insider trading from the exchanges themselves. The exchanges, friends, were approaching and getting approached by famous people, celebrities, the Libra Argentina. They were literally hooking up deals. They're like, hey, let's go get this president in. Let's get this African country in. Let's go get Trump in or Melania. They were actually being approached by, and they were sitting in the deal. And they'd say, hi, right, the contact address here, do this. Because people doing it, they don't know any better. They think, oh, the exchange is going to rig anything. Like, you're trying to help me. The exchange, I guess, is going to make money on the fees. Nope. The fees weren't enough for them. They deployed their own insider market makers. But this is where the rabbit hole. You're so deep in this dog shit. Friends, get ready. Get some goggles on. Get some goggles on, because we're about to go deeper. So the scamming didn't even stop there. It turns out the exchanges with their evil market makers, they started getting more greedy. They're looking at these Nassim and Kelsia. There's other ones as well. They're looking at them making money, and they're like, you know what? Let's steal even money from them. The exchanges had their own other insider market makers to go steal off the stealers. It's literally like, friends, I'm a drug kingpin lord, and I've got like 5 thief runners, and I send them to go rob 5 people's houses, and I see how much money they're making, and I give them the commission. I'm like, oh, let's do 50-50. You get to keep half of the stuff you stole. And then I realize, oh, this guy's making a lot of money, so I get another thief to go steal from the thief. Another thief to go thief from the thief. That's literally Soylana. That's what you're looking at, okay? That's literally not metaphors or whatever. Literally stealing from stealing. The only reason you and I heard about it, why? It's because these thieves, Hayden, in his CoffeeZilla interview, okay, I believe the guy. He was literally confused. He said, we had to snipe it. And they go, why? He goes, because other guys snipe it. And everyone's like, what do you mean? And then you read between the lines. And then he eventually reveals it himself. He's like, there's some big guys in there pretty much doing it. Who do you think those big guys are? Well, it turns out, we've just found out, it was the exchanges. The guys who were sitting on the Dubai tables smoking hookah with you before you go hang out with the little boys, the guys that are hanging around there were basically sharking each other. So it's one big cesspool of just junk, all of this. So people right now are doing emergency. By the way, friends, just to let you know, all the people's names, they've deleted them. They've deleted the website. They delete the website, delete the cache. Everybody's social media is getting immediately wiped. All of them are running. Or the LA Vape, everybody's deleted everything. They're running away, literally running away. Emergency. But look what people have done. They've gone through the cached website. They've actually got faces here. Everyone's starting to do deep research. Here's Hayden here. Hayden CEO. By the way, who's this dude? Do you want to know who that is? That is Hayden's dad, Tom Davis. Guess what? He was running a Ponzi. He is a wanted fugitive in America. He had to escape to Barcelona. Yes. The pyramid scheme was called Limu. You can't even make this up. I'm going to show you. So there's even more people out here, friends. They've been doing all this research on these people out here. This girl we're going to show you as well. This friend's from Kelsia. Okay, friends, this is like look at this insider trading. You're working at the market maker that's meant to be independent, but she was literally married to like the exchange guy of Meteora. So, yeah, man, that's how, as you can see, that's how it all came out. Now, remember that pyramid scheme? This is his father. Look at this.
Orphans. What? And vulnerable children around the world.
So this, friends, Limu is a pyramid scheme. And look at this. This is from Reddit, right? Another MLM I've never heard of. Limu. Got to be on the lookout for bro huns now too. So Limu, I forgot what it is, but that guy, he pretended to be a doctor. His name was Dr. Tom. That's his dad. That's his dad. His dad went around calling himself Dr. Tom. So people called him Dr. Tom. I don't think he's a doctor. Probably not. You know, I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting how the scammers, they know the words to use because people just assume, hey, my nickname's Dr. Tom. Everyone calls me Hey, Dr. Tom, because people just hear that. It's for the retailer. See this evil scamming. Look at this. Hayden Davis, the Kelsia Ventures market maker, has a father who ran a giant pyramid scheme before becoming chairman of Kelsia. Tom Davis ran Limu. When it collapsed, he moved to Barcelona as a convicted felon with fraud and identity theft. He was nicknamed Dr. Tom, and he was Meteora's trusted partner. Crime runs in the family. Soylana seems to attract and hire all these criminals. Look what he even says in his speech. My 17-year-old son, Hayden, who I didn't see much growing up, is now a Limu promoter. So he's talking about young Hayden. He age 17 years old. So like, it's a funny, friend. This is orangey as well. Then, friends, I told you this. The spirit of the founders are on the chain. The spirit of the founder. If the founders are criminals running a Ponzi, guess what? The chain does that. FTX, Soy Bankman-Fried. Look what happens again. Oh, Soy's come back. Look at the themes of everything. Insider, scandal, front-running, market makers. And you think it stops there? Even more of the scandal continues. You see this girl, friends? See this girl? Sydney. at Calcium. Okay. I'm just going to show you this now. Okay. So Sydney, just going to show you how deep the Soylana corruption. Because here's the thing. You're wondering why these charts go up and down in 5 seconds, 2 hours, 1 hour. Well, now you know why. They're all thieves. Jupiter Meteora, black toxic revelations. Sydni Ginn is the wife of Gideon, and she was flying around on private jets with him. She had to, yesterday, emergency delete her social media accounts. All of them wiped. Instagram, everything. Why? She used to work at a tanning salon. Then she got promoted to head deployment partner for Jupiter and Meteora Exchange. Now, I know in a sexual term, it's actually funny. Head deployment. Wow, you're so skilled, lady. How'd you go from a tanning salon to there? So look at this. In other words, she was on the deep inside with big access to insider information. This insider information was used by the exchanges to rot and destroy retail. The only reason your friend Sami, I friend Sami, your friend. The only reason I talk about this is because I want to show you that you are losing money on Soylana because it's a red ocean chain. Yes, there are sharks there. I did not know the names at the start. I said, look, there's too many people. There's too much weird shit going on. It's the LA vape cabal. Okay, so like people are getting rinsed. People are getting rinsed. But because you see all the main KOLs, Soylana's the future. Soylana's the future. Did I tell you Soylana's the future? Bullocks. You're there to speculate in a casino. You have to play with people who believe in the token and the value of the community to actually hold. If you don't have holders, you have a culture of cheaters, and then you have this crime and corruption that is literally rinsing you dry. There was insider information being thrown around here to rot and destroy you. They were constantly launching tokens and selecting evil snipers to buy tokens early and dump them for $100 million profit. Plus, friends, the rugging was $5 billion. So Mr. Nigmi, 0x Nigmi, the DeFi Llama founder, calculated was about $5.5 billion for gone to rugs. 5.5 billion. Well done, retail. Oh, so I feel had on. It's been slack. Like I feel my empathy is going out because like you don't know any better. Like you see the cute little ghost sign. Hey, I'm just a cute little ghost named Phantom. You hear like all the big KOLs talking about Soylana. You see Ansoy going out partying with all these bitches going around out here. And for some reason still simping girls in that Las Vegas pool and taking weird pictures and stuff out here. But you're seeing all that. You're like, oh, I want to be like that guy. I want to be. And then you have people who like to think for themselves going like, dude, you're literally saying you want to be the biggest grifter, pump and dumper scammers on this earth. They will literally hang you out to dry. But, you know, everyone's got to walk their own path and learn. You know, I know you're young kids. You don't understand anything yet. You know, a lot of them are young kids. But also what's sad is there's like 45-year-old dudes also with the same similar tattoos and that impulsive lifestyle. Go, dude, you know you've been walking this earth. You've had like 25 years to retire. And you've got a net worth of a spare rubber wheel tire from a car. That's like your net worth after 25 years. Maybe the decisions you're making by default are not healthy financially. Maybe, just maybe. But they're like, no, you know what? I've got a genius idea. Let me go skip all the high value things and long-term hold. Let me go straight into Soylana. And let me actually go into the JPEG casino because I'm going to trade my way to millions. Okay. Good luck. All I'm saying is good luck. Actually, you need more than luck. You need, you don't just need a miracle. You need God to literally come down himself and bless you, right? That's how deep the corruption went. That's how rigged it was against them. Will the Soylana casino dwellers finally manage to get out of the hotel cuck chair, or will they stay subscribed to the LA Vape Cabal services and max extract? So you can see all these photos here. Here she is out here. I think this is Gideon and stuff out here. So here she used to be. We had a standing salon out there. So also interesting comment. Mr. Monty, your recent posts sound like you are looking everywhere to find out who destroyed retail crypto investors. It's crypto. So, Mr. Monty, interesting comment, but you're reading it wrong, dude. You're reading wrong. People, when they're losing money, get psyopsed by the vape cabal, the exchanges, the Soylana influencers. When they're losing money, because they're actually trading, they're actually realizing losses, they are being manipulated and gaslit. They're saying, no, it's a skill issue. It's nothing wrong with everything else. They'll point one person, oh, look, this guy's making money. Yeah. Obviously, he's copy trading and doing insider grifting, but oh, look, this guy's making money. It's a skill issue with you. And what I'm doing here, I've shown you, you know what the skill was? It ain't trading, brother. The skill was under the table, sexy business. That's what the skill was. Who are you rubbing shoulders with on a Friday night in a mud wrestling contest? That's what your skill is. Do you know anyone like that? Is there people feeding you insider information? Do you have access to Javier, so Argentina president's sister? That's what Hayden Davis was doing. Hayden was paying Javier's sister the money and doing the deals with her. That's where the money was going. Okay. Do you have these political connections? Do you have the contract address that's going to be launched in 3 days of this celebrity or this meme? No, you don't. Oh, you don't have that. So you basically, there's 15 pieces of information and edge that you need to know. You don't know any of them. You don't even know part of them. Okay. You're literally last. You are the food. So they get insider information and get money. The money's you're the money. Yes, that's what we're learning, everyone out here, because it takes time. When people get scammed, it takes like they don't believe they're getting scammed. Now with this, they've realized, oh, I've been scammed now, and we want everybody to know, hey, not only did we tell you we're getting scammed the whole time, but here are the people, here's the story, and you were playing in a red ocean field the whole time. It doesn't even matter who the people are. Who cares? I don't even care if they never go to jail. I don't give a crap at all. I just want you to know, red ocean. You see, here are the sharks. This is all the blood. Extreme amount of people. All these pump and dump insider groups, JPEGs, swapping every 15 hours and moving into new coins. You see, that's not conducive to long-term value creation for your portfolio. But even after all these friends, sometimes you just got to wonder, like, losers hang around losers. Scum attracts scum. Scum will bridge into the chain. Scum will trust the influencers. Scum keeps following and keeps getting gaslit by the LA vape bar while they sniff each other's feet. Scum will always be there. Scum will always be scum. You don't want scum there. Yes? It's like you're literally going to you're going deep into a jail. Yeah? There's 3 pedophilets over there. This guy shot up a school. Another one, like this brutality and murders out here. Like you're looking at them and you're thinking to yourself, I want to hire workers for my business. I'm wondering if I should just literally do a 180, walk out that jail cell, and just never walk into this penitentiary ever again, and just literally go out there and look for good people. I'm wondering, because that's what I'm telling you, that's what we're doing. We don't want those people. You're junk. Okay? You are a cuck. I'm telling you, you're sitting in a cuck chair. We don't actually want you. Okay? There is an abundance of beautifully strong warriors out there who are new. They don't have PTSD from crypto. They will come in. They're going to allocate with their mindset of long-term value creation without this necessity to get rich in like 2 to 4 weeks, which is unfortunately what most of them do. So you've learned a lot from this saga, friends. And like what you're probably going to learn the most is how desperate people are to get the hell out. Because people are going to be saying, don't worry, this is a buy the dip. We're going to keep going up forever. Okay, man, I hope it does. I hope it does. But what if it's not? What if it's not? Okay, what's your opportunity cost? You're holding long a chain where even the decentralized exchange was rigged. This will go down in history. By the way, we're so lucky Gary Gensler's is not in. Friends, they would be using this Soylana thing to stop crypto regulation. They would be going, oh, look at this case. They call it DeFi. It ain't DeFi. It's actually centralized finance for crooks. Because that's true, isn't it? That's what Soylana did. It's literally the definition of that. Crime, theft, sniping, all this, it's like one big factory of scamming. One big factory. Even the exchange was in on it. Hooked up with the market makers, maximum greed. Is it going to change one day? Well, it depends. How many cucks are there at the world? That's what it depends on. Now, friends, even after seeing all that, Bitcoin's price is curling up. It's coiling up. Uncle Bobby has highlighted we have now hit, or roughly, we're at the end of this 60-day cycle. So that's usually the low point. Okay, so maybe there's like capitulation in the next 10 days. Who knows? There is a blood moon thing. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if anything's going to happen on that day. Just yes, it's a blood moon. Just don't cheat anything out. You never know what can happen during these periods of time. But yeah, ultimately, everyone's still in the gutter. All I'm going to tell you is, well, we know what to look for, man. We know what to look for. ETH BTC is down. Everything else is down. Nothing good can come out of it. In fact, look, what I've done is, friends, I'll even tell you, you're not allowed to feel happy until ETH BTC flips green on the weekly super chain. You're not allowed to feel happy. Not a single ounce of happiness. You're not allowed. When it flips green, okay, you can start feeling happy. Yeah, you want to protect your emotions? Don't do that. Because, man, I know this thing's been red for freaking 2 years, yeah? And I learned this. I'm like, oh, you know what, man? Every time I thought it bottomed, it didn't actually bottom. It just goes down and down. I thought it bottomed here, nah, down, whatever. So that's just the unfortunate reality. You don't know how the charts are going to go out. But this, I'm trying to help you out here. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one.